Welcome to Amplify Science. This video will walk you through the basics of how to navigate the curriculum. Go to learning.amplify.com and log in. Then, you'll see the Year Overview page, which will display all of the units in the grade you'll be teaching. If you teach more than one grade level, you can switch between them using the drop-down menu here. Once you select a unit, you'll see the Unit Overview page. Printed and bound teacher's guides are available for purchase from Amplify, but if you want to print one yourself, you can do that here. Below that, you'll see the Unit Overview. This gives an outline of the unit. Next, you'll see a list of the unit's chapters and links to the individual lessons that comprise each one. Printable Resources is where you'll find downloadable copies of all of the print materials that come in the unit's kit. Feel free to use this download to print replacements as needed. Printable Resources also contain some additional PDFs that are optional but can be helpful in your implementation, such as a copy of the investigation notebook and a compilation of all the copy masters used in the unit. The coherence flowcharts in particular can be a helpful resource. Broken down by chapter, they show how lessons and the evidence gathering and reflection opportunities within them come together to progressively help students figure out the unit's focal phenomena. The next section, Planning for the Unit, contains a handful of resources that will help you familiarize yourself with the content and structure of the unit. For example, the unit map outlines what students figure out in each chapter and how they do so. And the Materials and Preparation section lists all of the physical materials needed, as well as information on pre-planning your materials prep. There is also information for you within the Teacher References section, but these items are intended to be used as needed, and you are not expected to review them comprehensively prior to beginning the unit. One highlight of this section is the Assessment System resource, where you can review where all of the assessment opportunities in the unit are located. Another is the Apps in this Unit resource, where you can learn about any sim, modeling tools, or other apps that are used in the unit. The last section in the menu is Offline Preparation. From here, you can download unit and lesson resources in bulk, in case you need to be prepared to teach offline. Let's go into a lesson. Remember, to do that, you'll go to the Chapters section, then choose a lesson. The first page of the lesson is called the Lesson Brief. It gives you specific information on how to prepare for and teach the lesson. If you'd like, you can print the lesson brief information, plus the step-by-step instructions for each activity in the lesson, using this printable lesson guide button. The Reset Lesson button is intended to be used when you have modeled filling out the student portion of activities and want to set it back to blank for the next class. Like at the unit level, you can jump between sections with the left-hand menu. The Materials and Preparation section is especially important, as it outlines the specific steps you should take to prepare for the lesson before the day you deliver it, immediately before class, in between class periods, and at the end of the day. If you have students with a Spanish license, you can use the English-Spanish toggle button to switch between languages as needed. All student-facing content will be translated upon entering Spanish mode. This includes projections, activity instructions, suggested teacher talk, assessments, classroom slides, and more. On the right side of the page, you'll see Digital Resources. The Digital Resources section contains both optional and required resources for the lesson's activities. Classroom slides, which are slide deck versions of the lesson's activities, will always be located at the top. You have the option of opening them with Microsoft PowerPoint or Google. Digital Resources is also where you'll find the unit's glossary and any needed copy masters. If you'd like to assign the lesson or part of the lesson, you can use the Assign button above the Digital Resources. If you choose to assign in Amplify, students will see assignments in their My Workspace. Next, we'll look at this series of numbered activities called the Lesson Map. The Lesson Map shows the different activities in the lesson, in the order in which they'll occur. You may need to select the arrow to see the rest of the lesson map. Click the tile to open up the instructional information for that activity. Within each activity, you'll see a brief description and the time you should plan to spend on it with students. You will also see 2 to 4 tabs, depending on what type of information is relevant to the activity. First, the Step-by-Step tab shows all of the details you need to teach the activity. The speech bubbles provide ideas for what you can say as you teach. If there are projections or images to show, it will be embedded here. Simply click the thumbnail icon and project it. The Teacher Support tab will provide useful insights into that specific activity, such as science notes or pedagogical goals. The Possible Responses tab includes examples of what student answers to that activity's prompts might be. This tab, and the assessment guides that appear in the Digital Resources area of assessment lessons, are the only places you'll find what's traditionally called an answer key. The My Notes tab is a place to write notes for yourself. Selecting the instructional guide icon collapses all of your teacher information and shows the student view of the activity. Click Instructional Guide again to bring back all of your detailed teacher information. Sometimes you'll see a hummingbird icon. This indicates that there is an opportunity for an embedded formative assessment in this activity. Selecting this will show you what to look for as students work through that activity and how you might tailor your instruction based on what you find. Finally, this is where you'll find the Global Navigation menu. Within that, you'll see the Programs and Apps menu. In here, you will find all of your apps, as well as links to the Amplify Science Program Hub and our help site. If you have questions or need help, you can always click the orange chat button to talk to a member of our support team.